It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brixton Brewery, and this is a can of their Reliance Pale Ale. It's a 4.2% ABV, 40 IBU beer in a 330ml can. It's got a lovely can wrap on it. Looks really interesting. And colourful. And makes you want to grab it off the shelf and stick it in your shopping trolley. I picked this up around my local shop, by the way, which is just remarkable to be able to pick up these kind of beers now locally to me. On what I used to call the desert island of beer. There was no beer around here to drink. One of the reasons why I started the whole beer channel in the first place was I was living in this desert island where there was no beer. And now, round the shop, I can buy pale ales like this. Without further ado, let's get this beer out. Oh, into a glass and see what we get. That can top nearly gave up on me then. It nearly didn't want to open the can. Now I understand I have not had many Brixton beers. I'll be honest, I've not had many of their beers. But I understand they've been bought out by a larger company. And there was a bit of, it might even be this beer actually. There's been a bit of talk on my channel actually that they've actually put some of this beer, Brixton Pale Ale, whether it's the Reliance, I imagine it could be, into a blade keg, so you can buy this on a blade keg. People were commenting on my video saying, yeah, you go and buy Brixton's blade keg. And we got a 1 to 2 finger whitehead, good levels of carbonation, hazy, straw coloured beer. Yeah, but they've been bought out by a larger company, so we'll see just how this beer looks, smells and tastes. It looks okay, looks the part. Let's get the aroma. Ooh, it's rather lemony. Lemony, spicy, grapefruity. A little bit of orange peel in there. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. A little bit of sweet malt as well. Yeah, that tastes okay. Peppery, spicy, lemony, touch of grapefruit, touch of orange peel, dare I say it, bit of fleshy blood orange. Everybody likes a bit of fleshy blood orange, especially on this channel. It's very drinkable, very, very drinkable, very, very refreshing. Nice crisp malts. It's very good. Yeah, I say very good. It's very good that I can nip round my shop and go and buy 6 cans. You know, there's something to be said about flippancy. Is that even a word? Being flippant. So, I like to have a beer on a Sunday afternoon. Or a Saturday afternoon, and maybe Friday nights as well. If the sun's shining on a Friday night, I love a beer on a Friday in the garden. Just say the sun cracks out 3 o'clock, comes out, boom, look at the weather forecast, next 6 hours going to be sunny. Lovely evening on a Friday, right, go in the fridge, got no beer in the fridge. The fact that I can just nip or text the wife, boom, boom, do you fancy a drink in the garden tonight? Yeah, yeah, thumbs up. Nip over the shop. Am full of this, you know, shopping trolley full or basket full of this beer. Chuck it all in your rucksack. Bring it round, put it in the fridge. Happy days, happy days. Okay, it's not the this is the point I'm trying to make here. It's not the greatest pale ale in the world. But the advantage this beer has is that it's relatively cheap, at about between £2 and £2.50 a can. And it's passable. It's a passable pale ale. It's grapefruity, it's lemony, it's biscuity. It's not going to rock the world of the likes of Daya and Cloudwater and Verdant with their fantastic full-on pale ales. Brixton, when they started out as a craft brewer, were probably up there with the likes of Cloudwater, Verdant and Daya. And that's the reason why they get bought out by a bigger company. Is because they got a great reputation, and of course sometimes it comes down to the place name. I firmly believe some of these companies have been bought out because of the place name. Camden Town is trendy, it sounds good. That's probably the reason why they got bought out. Brixton Brewery, Brixton I think it's in London. It's probably a trendy part of London, and you know it's going to go down well with trendy Londoners. Or, you know, craft beer. What the big companies think people want to drink, you know? Spicy, peppery, grapefruity, lemon, touch of passion fruit. A little bit of sweetness to the beginning. The sweet biscuit malt coming through, light wafer like malts, and then it goes over to being nice and bitter on the back end. So it's a nicely balanced beer, which I think is always important if you're going to indeed go and buy 8 cans of this and session it in the garden. Is it needs to be sessionable, it needs to be balanced, and it really is. Yeah, it's okay. It's an okay pale ale. It beats a can of Carling any day. Our pale ale raises a glass to the Art Deco arches of Reliance Arcade, where local cobblers and tailors still practice their crafts and skills and precision. Heritage English Maris Otter Barley provides the clean, crisp backdrop to bright hop flavours. Reliance proves that if you want the real deal, you have to make it by hand, says the rather large company that now owns Brixton Brewery. I don't know whether it's Coors or InBev or one of the other big ones, but I believe that they've been bought out by a large company. Does it say? It's got to say somewhere. This is the problem, see? There's no... It didn't say, like, if you bought a can of Coors, if you bought a can of Carling, it'll say InBev or Malts and Coors or whatever on the side of the can. Miller. What they seem to do with the craft brewers is that they seem to forget. They seem to forget to put their name on the side of the can. Let's rate it. It's a good drive-in beer. And I don't mean drink some of that and go and drive in a car. It's a good session beer. It's a good, what we call a drive-in beer. It's something that you can sit flippantly in the garden with after you've been around the shop. You bought 5 or 6 cans of it and you're quite happy to sit there. Maybe like the small barbecue you got in the shed, get a couple of sausages on there, job done. For that reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.